Hey, dude, Garth Brooks.
As we go a little something like this.
It's all about the good, bad, love, hate.
Hello, folks. Welcome to the 11th episode of Plucking Petals with James and Kyle. I'm Kyle.
I'm James.
Fantastic.
Yes.
I haven't seen you in quite some time. There have been some scheduling issues as of late, and that's why we haven't put out any episodes. You have been gone skiing, and then you got sick, and then I got sick, and then everyone just gets goddamn sick, and it's quite annoying. So we kind of had to, I know our 10 listeners really want to hear us bitching for about an hour or so, but our personal health was in crisis mode, and we had to deal with the consequences, and that just meant we didn't put out another episode for a couple weeks, but we are back, and we will be releasing new episodes on a regular bi-weekly basis. Yeah, I think we may have to change the day that we're releasing. We're still discussing that. That's more of what we have to discuss with Stoops and see what his timetables are. Yeah. It seems that we normally record, this is behind the curtain thing. We normally record on like a Wednesday, and then we release it that following Monday. But as of late, we've been recording on the weekends, and that kind of changes how long Stoops has to make us sound reasonable at best. So we may have to push that back to a later during the week, maybe. So we'll kind of play, and we'll let you 10 listeners know.
Let's get into it, because I'm starting to get bored with this explanation.
I'm sorry.
It involves me directly, so
that's fine. I apologize. What's new with you, pussycat?
Oh no, I just driving out here on this beautiful Sunday. I love staring at the gorgeous outside in the middle of February.
I know.
I could not wear a jacket and be comfortable.
It's fantastic, right?
Nice. Yeah.
Welcome to Ohio weather, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't the fact that all the snow is now gone outside is absolutely lovely to me.
So I like the snow because as you brought, I was away on a ski trip.
Yeah.
And I like doing that, but I have not gotten a chance to do that in Ohio at all because the weather has not let me.
Exactly.
If you're not going to be snowy so I can do that, then just fucking be nice. And it's doing that.
Exactly.
So, yeah.
Yesterday, I was outside for a little bit. And by outside, I mean I stood outside for a couple minutes and went, wow, this is 60, 68 degree weather. I'm told
right now, this would be a good time to do it.
Exactly, yeah. I should start picking up smoking because now I have something to do outside because clearly I'm not going to, I don't know.
Physical activity.
Yeah, I'm not going to go mow the lawn. Who does that anymore? That's bullshit. Yeah, exactly. Well, I mean, this is a home, but I guess I have to mow the lawn again. Whatever. Anyways, so the ski trip was good. Did you do the ramps and did you do the grinds?
I just like going fast.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you're that guy who just like bullets down the hill.
I like doing that. Yes.
Okay. Do you put your arms out in hopes that you hit children?
I actually snowboard and not ski. So if my arms went out, it would be like up and down the hill, so it would not make me any
it'd be at a
water.
weird angle. It's fine. I'm sure the kids really appreciate you doing that though. It's fine. How you were gone for almost like a whole week, right?
Yeah, and then I got immediately sick.
Yeah,
because being in a plane that'll be one of my my dislike. We'll get to that, but yeah. So
I can dig it.
The trip was fantastic. Stayed in Breckenridge, ski Breckenridge the whole time. Mm-hmm. Got to check out their brewery. It was a good experience.
Did you get the brewery tour, or did you just go in there? Oh, fantastic!
It was their small brew pub, like the original location. They have a big production facility more in Denver. I actually saw their little 10-barrel system where they just kind of make for that bar.
Okay,
it's pretty cool.
Nice. Did you when you approached them, you were like, "Hey, I also work at a brewery. Do you guys have like a handshake or like a card that you give out that lets you?
I can't let you know.
Okay. I got really excited because I wanted to be able to do that. I mean, I was the imposter the whole time. Yeah. So that's good. No, I'm glad you had fun. I'm glad you're back here, and I'm glad that you are not sick anymore because everyone else is getting sick right now.
Breathing out of my nose is something that I take for granted.
Yeah.
Oh my God, it was so bad. I had kept using that steroid spray.
Okay.
And then so when I got over being sick, I still had like 3 days of feeling like shit because I had to wean myself off of that. And
Exactly.
my nose was like, no, I'm not going to play ball if you don't give me this stuff.
Yeah. It's you're basically turned into a drug addict.
Yeah, I was addicted to the nose spray that lets you breathe.
Oh yeah, was it the Rhino stuff or the Nasonex B?
I don't remember what brand.
Not like it matters. I don't know why animals incorporate nose, but they just seem to
have a big nose. But I guess it's a horn and not their nose.
Yeah, but like, why does a bee? Like, why does Antonio Banderas have to tell me how to live my life through my nose?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Oh, okay, never mind. You ever seen the Nasonex bee?
No.
The Nasonex bee. I can't do impressions, so we're not gonna continue to do this. But I'm glad you're back. So because you're back, I'm gonna let you not only pick I'm gonna let you go first and pick your like or dislike first. Let's just go
I'm gonna
crazy.
Start straight with my dislike.
Perfect.
It's like we were just talking about being sick, and this really comes from it. And I think flying is terrible.
Yes.
I mean, not like like birds are fine. I don't have anything against birds.
Okay.
I meant like actually getting in an airplane and flying.
Okay.
It should be one of the coolest things in the world. We are stuck on the ground, and we're literally like, fuck you, God, and we punch him in the face, and like, I decide who flies, and then it sucks. It's one of the worst experiences in the world.
It has turned that way. It never used to be like that.
So I just have a list of everything I hate about it, starting with, you usually have to wake up early.
Okay.
And then getting to the airport is a giant nightmare because parking is expensive.
This is true.
Or you can have a friend to do it, which is just a real dickhole thing to do.
I
hate driving and picking people up for the airport, so I don't want to put that on other people.
Yeah, it's not a nice thing to do. Usually I try to ask my family members to do it because it's like, hey, we're family.
You made me. It is your fault I am here.
Exactly. So. That's your bad that I have to go somewhere and live my life somewhere else for now. Like, this is your bad.
And then I don't know if you've been to Hopkins lately. That we're in Cleveland. So Hopkins Airport is absolutely terrible. It's under construction right now.
Is it really?
So
oh no.
The drop off and pickup lanes are reduced to about 1/3 of their size. So it's a giant cluster.
Because it's already big as it is. I mean, no big deal or anything. Fuck.
Yeah, so when you finally get in, you get to wait in line, and the TSA is a useless waste of tax dollars.
This is true.
Yeah. So it makes your experience awful when you have to get there like 5 hours early to fly, especially in Hopkins because it's under construction. They have less lanes. It's a nightmare. And that being said, you have a bunch of people clumped up. So if I wanted to set off a bomb and I wanted to kill a lot of people, I would just go to the TSA line and do it. I don't have to get through security before I'm in the line.
Yeah, because there's like you. Oh boy.
I'm angry about this. And then the TSA is responsible for policing itself. So it doesn't. When Homeland Security decided to test them, they tried to sneak 70 weapons through security.
Yeah.
How many do you think they got?
65.
67.
The passed, right?
That made it through.
Okay, that's what I thought. Yeah, I said 65 as okay. Yeah. Yep, that's what I thought.
So that's if I gave you a test and you only got 3 questions out of 70 right, that's like a 5%.
Yeah, I don't think that would be a passing. I really don't.
No,
I just
it's not.
No, that's bullshit.
Okay. So this fact alone should get them shut down.
Yeah.
But I have more.
Okay. But don't worry, I have more bullet points.
So the floor workers, the people that actually do the testing in the line, you only work there for about a year. Mm-hmm. So there's a massive turnover. No one can get good at it. And they only do a drill like once a year to actually like test them internally.
Really?
And so most floor workers don't even ever get drilled. They never have to deal with it. So they don't know what the hell they're doing. So then we spent $160 million in installing those body scanners.
Yeah.
And they don't work.
Really?
They're proven not to do anything.
Okay.
And the reason we did it was because this guy named Michael Chertoff, Chertoof, whatever, who cares?
That sounds awful.
Yeah. He
Sounds
got paid
German.
by this company called Rapiscan, which kind of sounds like Rape Scan.
Yeah.
And convinced Congress we should buy these things, they'll keep us safe. And they don't work, but he just got paid. And so our tax dollars, we gave money to this company, gave money to this guy, don't keep us safe.
So what did he do with the money? That's what I want to know.
I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah. And then that being said, like the TSA only checks for ways that we were attacked before. So like if you get attacked in a new way,
it doesn't work out that way.
Yeah, so shoe bombs and shampoo.
So yeah, those are the two things, and then like a knife on your thigh or whatever.
Yeah. And then so there's also the air marshals, they actually fly around.
Mm-hmm.
So we spend $800 million a year on those guys.
Do we really?
How many arrests do you think they made in 2010 when we spent $800 million on them?
How many arrests? 6.
4.
Oh, I'm so
You're
close
close.
today.
You're only off by 2
I'm
on
a
both
good
of them.
guesser
Yeah.
when it comes to TSA. Nothing else in my life I've been a good guesser though. So
So that means that it is $200 million of $200 million tax dollars per arrest they've made. Hang on, my mom keeps calling.
okay,
She
yeah,
never
no
listens.
problem, no problem. Once again, you had a phone call from your mother. We've had a bunch of technical difficulties today, so this is going to be a little bit of a Frankenstein
I
show.
was just bitching about how it's $200 million of tax money
Yeah.
per arrest
For
by the air
4.
marshals. Yeah.
4 arrests in 2010.
Yes.
Okay,
So you're through security now. And
Okay.
You're on the plane. The airlines are shit.
this
so
is
let's
true.
forget about the excessive fees that you have to pay. That because after 9/11, people weren't flying, so they had all these fees to make more money.
Yeah.
People started flying again. Fees are still there.
Yeah, weird how that
Yeah.
works.
So, after sitting and waiting through security, you're gonna probably have a problem with your plane. 2 of my planes on my flight out there, or maybe it was just one, had a maintenance issue when last time I flew down to Virginia.
Really?
Wait, maintenance issues, and it's because they only do emergency maintenance. They're not really working on them. And when you have to do maintenance, they're shipped overseas. So most maintenance done on planes by Southwest and U.S. Airlines is in El Salvador.
Okay.
Delta sends them to Mexico, and United sends them to China.
Wow.
So this is to cut costs.
Okay.
And so this means in the last 15 years, they shipped about 25,000 skilled repair jobs overseas. So good
Oof.
job, guys. And then all of the manuals for the equipment are in English. And most of these offshore workers, especially in El Salvador, don't speak or read English.
Oh, perfect.
And only about 1 in 8 of them is even FAA approved.
Oh,
So these are the things that are shooting you through near the speed of sound through the sky, fueled by explosions.
okay.
So just keep that in mind next time it starts to rattle.
Oh, this makes me feel really good about flying.
Yeah. And then you're trapped in a giant ball of farts and sick. Mm-hmm. So it's actually the recirculated air is less of a problem than you think because it actually takes it in from outside and like condenses it and puts it through a HEPA filter.
Well, that's good.
But you are sitting next to a bunch of sick people, and so if you sit near someone who's sick, you almost always get sick, and you're
Yeah.
actually even more likely to get sick if you sit in an aisle seat versus a window seat.
Oh, because it's just how the air moves through then?
I didn't have a good explanation in the study I saw, whether
Okay.
like, we just tested it and aisle seat people get sick more.
That's weird.
It is weird.
Well, I wonder just because it's like germs move on stuff, and I'm assuming like since like the carts move and
Yeah,
stuff like that, maybe it's
could
kind
be,
of
like,
like
the people walking up
because
and
like they're
down
giving them
and
drinks
bringing
and stuff, so they're touching, they're interacting, so like that's moving that way maybe.
Yeah,
I don't know.
They had a guess, like they said something like that, but again, it was like,
Yeah.
we don't know, but you just do.
I'm not a scientist by any stretch of the imagination. If anyone thought that within 10 episodes, they're sadly mistaken.
Yeah.
So,
And then, so my last point is people are inconsiderate assholes and travel while sick, in possession of a baby, or in excess of 300 pounds.
this is true.
Flying should be amazing, but instead it's one of the absolute worst experiences I could wish on someone.
Back in the day, flying was an amazing event where people like
What the movies made it look like to me is you dress up in suits, you
Exactly.
smoke cigarettes, and bang attractive members of the opposite sex because homosexuality was still taboo.
exactly.
Yes.
What's that sounds like a paradise
Drinking
except
cocktail,
for
it's
yeah.
like freaking Mad Men in the sky. It's
Yeah.
wonderful.
That sounds fantastic.
Yeah.
What happened to where everyone's wearing sweatpants now? I don't care about the drinking and the sex
Yeah.
so much as that like it just people just look like they got dressed like I don't know in a Walmart parking lot somewhere and
like,
no one cares.
shower, please.
Yeah.
You have to be shoved inches. Oftentimes, the person's bigger and overflows the seat. And
Yeah.
you smell them and touch. It's worse.
Exactly.
People are the worst.
Exactly. I have had numerous times of people that were sick around me and then getting sick. I've had people that just smelled awful and that was a bad experience. My other thing is that I don't like when people talk to me on planes. And I try to be nice as possible. I think that was me.
Yeah.
I try to be nice as possible on planes. And my one example is that I went to Vegas and one of the connecting flights, I had this teacher that was talking to me the whole time, and she was very nice and she was very interesting and a little older, and we ended up talking the whole time. but I didn't want to do that. But I felt obligated because she was so nice about everything that I had to continue to talk to her. And it's just like I wanna listen to my music.
You try to be polite, and you're like, oh, that's interesting, but then you don't offer your own insight or your own experience.
Exactly.
And then they don't take the hit, and then keep
exactly.
talking.
And I kept trying to put my headphones in, and then she would but right before I put my headphones in, she would say something again. I'm like, well, now we're engaged in conversation, and now that I feel like I would be a bad human being for not talking to you about I don't know
scores.
to
pretend I don't speak English.
Yeah, exactly, exactly. Because I wouldn't be able to pull that off because she'd probably fucking sniff that out in a fucking heartbeat. But yeah, I don't know. Every time I I'm still excited about getting on planes because of the aspect of me going somewhere. That's all I think about. But I don't like flying in the air. It's uncomfortable. I feel uncomfortable the whole entire time. Yeah. I feel like I'm always going to die. And I don't like landing. I feel like that's ridiculous. And all the turbulence and stuff, it's nerve-wracking to get down to fucking Florida to hang out with friends for a little bit. But
yeah, and not like, okay, it's a marvel. You made this awesome 747 in the 60s, and it's held together now by like the cheapest labor you can get using inadequate equipment. So that's scary.
But I would still honestly use flying over a road trip any day.
I think about 8 hours is the cutoff point.
For a road trip?
I will drive 8 hours, and then any longer, it's time to fly.
Okay.
Because, honestly, by the time you get to the airport, get through security, whatever, that's all like 6 hours.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Exactly. So. It's going to take a while, and I don't like being patted down. I don't like being questioned about what I have and what I don't have.
Oh, yeah. When I flew to go snowboarding, I got to the airport by myself, and I'm looking particularly scruffy for me. And my jeans are very Irish, and so I had the little red flush going on in my cheeks or whatever.
Yeah.
The guy would not leave me alone, hounding me. I'm in the short line that's going to go to like a normal scanner where I don't have to take my shoes off, and the motherfucker is like, you traveling alone? Where are you going? What are you doing? And, you know what? There's a lane open over here. And so I got sent to the full body scanner, which doesn't work, by the way.
Yeah.
I had to take my shoes off. I was really excited to not have to do that. And I looked at everyone in front of me, and everyone behind me was really brown.
Yeah.
So what? My last name starts with a Mick. Like you got it wrong.
It's like you guys aren't stereotyping correctly like you normally do.
Yeah.
I find it very hard to believe that they only do a test every once a year. I don't find it hard to believe. I'm a little more upset than that. It's just like I know people who just get passed on stuff. Just like, I had a switchblade in my pocket and just got passed. Like they just don't check. They don't know what they're looking for. They're not being trained correctly. And it's supposed to be a safe place, and it's not.
I remember that story where the guy accidentally flew a gun into New York. He forgot he had it in his bag, and he lands.
Yeah.
And like opens it up. Oh yeah, I always have my gun with me, and I forgot to not have my gun with me.
Exactly. Yeah. That's crazy. Like what? Like how does that just get passed? How is everyone cool with that?
Because it's like minimum wage workers that hate their job. But
this is true.
The tax benefits, because I think the TSA is technically a government program.
I think they get paid more than minimum wage, right? If they're government program, they probably get a bunch of benefits for it.
Like, I'm sure they get lots of benefits.
Yeah. I would probably do a TSA job. Let's,
You're only going to be on the floor for a year because you either suck too much and get kicked out, or they promote you to a supervisor position. And
which is totally fine. As long as I don't have to do like cavity searches or anything like that. Yeah, I don't. One, I'm not good at putting on gloves. And two, like I'm not good with my hands like that. So no, thank you. I'm sorry that you had such an awful experience flying though.
Well, I always do. This is what flying is.
It's turned into like, it turns into a hassle. It really does at the end of the day. And it's just, now I'm all worked up talking about flying, and I haven't flown anywhere in a while. The last place I went to was fucking Florida, and it's just like it's an awful experience every single way, which of the imagination. Like it's
the trip is good. It's just especially like. So this was beautiful. I've never had anything like this before. But at Breckenridge, we rented a house that was a ski in, ski out. Like, there was a slope we could see right out the window. And when we woke up that last day, and I know I couldn't go out, and I'm sitting on the couch and watching people ski by, and I'm like, my experience now is going to be trapped in a shuttle for 2 hours, at the airport for like 3 more hours, and on a plane home for like 4 hours. And I just wanted to cry. I just wanted to just start bawling openly.
You're like, this isn't fair. Life isn't fair. I think the only thing worse than being on a plane and going through that whole entire thing is being super hungover and doing it. I don't know if you've ever done that before. I've only done that once. I went to Florida for this music festival called Nerdapalooza, which I like to attend and play at once in a while. It's no longer available anymore.
That on Twitch?
Yeah.
I watched that one.
Yeah, that was streamed on Twitch. And one of the last night, I partied till 6 in the morning. And I had been drinking whiskey all day and all night, all day, all night. I had to get up at 8 to get to the plane. I was hungover, still drunk. I was still drunk and hungover. Like, that's how much I fucking drank.
Overlap zone.
Yeah. Oh God. And just trying to navigate a Florida airport is. The Florida Orlando airport is atrocious. It's huge. You have to get on like monorails to get to certain places.
I've been there, but not since I was like 10. So
yeah,
that is,
it's fucking. I felt like I was 10 again because I'm like, I don't know where I'm going. I don't feel like I can ask anyone. Yeah, I'm just like, please, please help me. You. Like, you have a full beard. Please leave me alone. My kids are scared of you. And yeah, just sitting there waiting for my plane. I've never felt more like death because you've been hungover, right? It doesn't feel good. It's not a fun thing. But you're usually in the confines of your own space, and you know, hang out in your room, or you're in your living room, or you're doing whatever you want. Being in an airport with a bunch of screaming kids running around wanting McDonald's is not what I consider to be a fun hangover time at the least bit. And going on a plane on top of that, when your ears pop and you're super hungover, oh boy, it's like the world should just end now. I don't feel like I should continue my life at that point. Oh,
right. So what don't you like? Let's go on this hate train.
So our lovely producer Stoops has a lovely girlfriend that had asked me to do a favor for her and her friend, where they were going to pitch a play for this thing. I don't know what exactly it's called, and they had asked me to record for them because I'm a videographer by trade and by fun too. I did finger guns, and you can't see it. So they had asked me to do that, and they asked if I could edit the video and stuff like that. We had a fun time recording. It was a great day. Everything was going super well. It was coming out really nice. And then I get to editing, and my dislike this week is the fact that I have an Adobe product that I pay money for, and it doesn't work right sometimes. And there's no which way about it. So what had happened was, you take these clips, and you know, when you're recording video, as you've seen a movie before, there are two things to this.
I've seen one or two.
You've seen one or two. Okay, so there's a video aspect where you get to see things, right?
Okay.
And there's also an audio aspect where you get to hear things. So when I'm putting it
now that you mention it, I never thought about that.
Yeah, I know, right?
But there
it's
is
just
sight and sound.
You just kind of accept it.
Is
but
there
like
touch? No, I don't.
No, not yet. Well, that's 4D, and
Okay.
we're getting to that point
right.
now. We're getting to like seats that
Technology's
shake and stuff like
amazing.
that. Valley View has some of those seats now, which I feel like could be really, really cool. Anyways, I'm getting off topic. So I was putting the video together, and what you do is you put stuff on this timeline, and that's where you edit stuff and, you know, whatever. And it just so happened that my program thought that my audio didn't exist. And it would just pick certain clips that it just didn't exist. And those are the clips that I wanted to use. So then I'm like, okay, clearly, you know, what you do when you do computer consulting, computer IT stuff, you restart the program. You just restart it. Okay, that didn't work. You start your computer. No, that didn't work. You revert changes. That didn't work. And then all of a sudden, I'm literally working on a very strict deadline. It had to be done the next day. You know, I'm freaking out the whole time. And it would start taking halfway through. The clips that weren't working were now working, and the clips that were working before were no longer working. So what's the next step you do? You go on the forums and you see what's going on. Apparently, this has been a problem since, I don't know, 2011. That's like the earliest that I saw. And people were freaking out because there's no explanation for it. Adobe was responding to these people in their Adobe forums about how it was a problem, but they never fixed it. They just accepted the fact that happened. That's bullshit. I pay money, and my company pays money monthly for these programs for me to use in order to do my job. And when shit like that happens, that's fucking ridiculous.
Yeah.
Especially when it comes to now, I don't know if you know, but Adobe products are now on a monthly subscription basis.
Yeah, I didn't know it was monthly. I know Microsoft switched to the yearly, and I know everything's going to you're licensing this product instead of owning it.
Exactly, which is fucking ridiculous. That's a whole other ridiculous thing. It's just a way for them to make so much goddamn money without them doing anything.
No.
And it's like they should have have it to where, and like it comes with tech support and it comes with automatic updates, and that's how they get you because.
And I promise you'll stop seeing as many versions because they came out with a new Microsoft whatever every 3 years.
Yeah.
Because they wanted people to keep buying it every 3 years.
Exactly.
But now if you have to pay for it anyway, fuck it, we're not gonna get a new
it's
one.
like 2010 is probably the newest one,
Yeah.
right? But yeah,
there is a 2013.
Is there?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sure that went over really well. I still can't even handle 2010. It's still a shit show. I still use OpenOffice. OpenOffice is the easiest one to use in my opinion.
So through CSU, yes, you went right.
No, I went to Akron.
Yeah, you're right. But
I was a lesser than.
I know, whatever. I got it. It let me use Word for free, like as part of my. Hey, you can do this, and that thing I typed up today to read off my airplane hates I did this morning on that same license of Word.
Yeah.
So like, I keep expecting them to be like, hey,
Yeah.
wait
hey,
a minute,
Hey, buddy.
you haven't gone to school in over a year.
Hey, you need to log in. You need to show us that you're still doing classes.
But yeah, so that's still working. So I'm gonna ride that train until it doesn't.
As well as you should. I'm doing that the same with my health insurance until I'm 26, and then I have off my parents' health insurance. So I'm in the same boat. It's just more. Yours is more computer based. But yeah, so it's like they have two options when you buy Adobe now. You either buy the product outright for a ridiculous amount. I think Adobe Premiere, which is the program that I use, is like almost $4,000 out the door.
Holy shit! I thought you were gonna say like 100.
No, out the door like $4,000. And they make it almost impossible to find. I had to find it on Amazon with a random seller to get the product. They don't have it on their website anymore. You can't buy it off their website. So the other option, obviously, is the
Pirate
one,
Bay.
The Pirate Bay. See, exactly. Which I don't know what you're talking about. And the other option is besides Pirate Bay, and that is you pay the monthly fee, and that comes with updates and support. If you just buy the product outright, it doesn't come with those two things. So they got you by the fucking balls. Because if something happens,
how much is it a month?
It's $20 a month.
So $20 a month.
Yeah,
It's $240 a year.
this is true.
So you'd have to have it for like 18 to 16 years to pay for that $4,000. Mm-hmm.
And at some point, they just don't give it to you. They just don't go like, "Hey, you hit the mark."
Yeah.
Good. It's not like how loans work. Like you constantly have to keep paying, and that's that new business model by them. And it's like they're making me pay all this money up front every month. I don't say a lot of money. It's $20, but it's still $20.
Oh, that is $20.
It's,
That's like that could be freaking 4 meals.
Exactly. And it's just like, why? I hate when you give us all this shit and you still don't have a problem that's not been fixed since 2011. I know it's a very technical problem I'm having right now,
Yeah.
and then I do it on another computer and it works sometimes and doesn't work other times, and it's just like, get your shit. You're fucking Adobe.
This is literally what you do.
Adobe.
And I know there's this weird thing because they did it at the clinic where if there's any Adobe product on a computer, which everyone has Reader, because I think that one's free or licensed pretty cheaply.
Yeah.
They can then look at your whole computer to make sure you don't have any stolen Adobe product.
Exactly.
So they would audit computers sometimes at the clinic. Like, what? Why
Yeah.
is that legal?
I don't know, and that's what they're doing now. Is just also another side thing. Did you read that Apple email that came out? Not email, but
I know the controversy right now about trying to get the back door into the phones.
Yeah, it's just like people being able to do that kind of shit is ridiculous. I feel like that kind of coincides a little bit.
So there's this morning show here called Rover's Morning Glory.
Yeah.
The people on it are the absolute worst human beings in the world.
Yes, they are.
And NPR went to something I didn't care about, so I switched over to that. And they were talking about this Apple thing, and those people were like, "What? Apple's supporting terrorism?" And I just cannot believe there are people that are so stupid and do not understand that, if they may build in these back doors, it's only going to be for terrorism. They're not going to be reading all of our emails. Well, they all are anyway.
Yeah. They're all backlogged somewhere. The fact that you guys, just a fun heads up, if you were writing anything on a computer or a phone or anything in that kind of capacity, they have it.
Yeah.
They have it. Sorry, no matter what it is, they're so backlogged. They're not going to get to it.
To kind of like, that's the whole Patriot Act thing where he was doing it anyway, and then they passed the Patriot Act to kind of like a retro. Oh yeah, what I was doing was legal.
Exactly. Yeah.
I was doing it before the thing that made it legal was passed, but
that whole thing is just another fucking mindfuck. But yeah, just like also Rover's Morning Glory fans will believe anything they tell them because it's a morning show where everyone is already staged and everyone has a role, a job, and that whole fucking thing is ridiculous.
You think it's show?
I think it's all show.
Yeah, that's fine. They just play the.
They play it so well. I don't
assholes.
like they're making money and they're making entertainment.
Yeah.
And I can't blame them for that because, life is shit.
Yeah.
And sometimes people need entertainment. Sometimes that entertainment is a little bit racist and a little bit sexist and very sexist actually and very racist that show can be.
Okay, I will admit that the girl on the show sucks. Like, she's a horrible human being because they all are.
Yeah.
But they give her like way more shit than everyone else.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And that's what their viewer base is like. They're usually they're usually
so dumb.
Yeah, they're usually male.
They're
They're usually male driven with like construction workers and stuff like that. And I feel like they're really playing to their audience. And that the Rover, that guy, is definitely a mastermind of knowing what his audience wants, what they clearly need, and he built the show around that. And for that, I give him credit.
Yeah.
His show is still garbage. But that's just me. I like to hear, I'd rather hear NPR, but at the same time, I really don't like NPR either. I don't think NPR is that good.
But it's so, like, topical, and sometimes you're like, we're going to talk about a 20th century flautist, and it's just like, click.
Yeah,
like,
no, thank you. I would rather just listen to DMX on my way to work sometimes, just get psyched and hit someone off the road. But yes, so my dislike for this week is the fact that programs should get their shit together, especially when I'm fucking paying for them.
Like, I hate
it's
the
my
licensing
and it's my
pricing.
job.
Yeah, let me buy a thing. But even like video games are going this way now because there's like the season passes. So if you try to buy Battlefront for $60 and you pay $50 for the season pass, you're gonna have to keep buying the DLC.
Exactly.
You don't own a thing anymore.
They found a loophole, and it's this extra content kind of thing, and it's just like even like the Fallout 4 just told us that they're getting like new content. They have different one. They have like 3 different ones. It's like $5, $10, and $25.
I will say I don't mind that as much as like if you make a game and then want to add more to it, to spend more time with it.
Yeah.
I know it's kind of hard to explain that fine line. But let's say like the Dark Souls DLC where you got like the full new chapter with new weapons and armor. Like that's good DLC.
Yeah.
Like have Fallout 4, there are still so many bugs and glitches and stuff. Why don't you fix those
Exactly.
before you like make the experience you already sold me good?
Yep.
Before you try to sell me more of this crap.
And I feel like that's an EA and Ubisoft thing too. And now it's turning into a Bethesda thing, and which sucks because I love Bethesda.
Always been kind of buggy. But
this is true.
Like,
but it's kind of like it's like acceptable. I don't know why.
I don't know why either.
It shouldn't be.
The modding community will fix it. Yeah. But I mean, like, okay, so I'm being really mean about those, but I've had a lot of fun in those Bethesda games. Like, I spent a lot of time with them, but I really, now I think about it, I always get them on computer and I always mod the shit out of them to make them better. But,
yeah. I'm very excited. This is my nerd corner moment. I'm very excited for the new Doom game. Beyond comprehension.
I don't know.
I'm so excited.
I didn't like Doom 3.
Oh, Doom 3 was so good. I don't care. It was so much fun. Doom 3 and then the expansion pack was the Resurrection of Evil was fantastic.
I never played that far. I downloaded a Hello Kitty flashlight mod for Doom because like you have the dumb flashlight, everything's so dark. I'm like, screw it, mine's gonna be a Hello Kitty flashlight.
Okay, wait, did you get the duct tape mod where you can tape it to the guns and stuff?
No.
Okay, I feel like that cheated that game out of a lot of people because like the aspect of the game is, if for those who don't know, when you're playing Doom, you either get a flashlight or you have to switch to a weapon. You can't hold a flashlight and a weapon. And that makes the game scary and a little interesting because you don't know what's going in this room.
Yeah,
and
but
you
I
have
just
to
feel like I can't see anything. So why am I playing?
Well, then you're just shooting around. You're just shooting around in hopes. And I love that kind of shit. So that's why I don't know. I'm the new Doom. I'm very excited for.
It doesn't look like it's being like it looks like it could be okay. But I'm just so jaded on video games right now that I don't want to hear anything about it. So that way, if it's good, I can go in and enjoy it and love it. I know. Well, that's why I told you before. I'm playing Unreal Tournament again because it's $19.99 and it works for what it is and it's exciting and nothing. There's no DLC. There's no problems. It's just Unreal Tournament. So why not?
I like God. I like God.
How about we go over what your like is for this week?
I like spaceflight. I like turtles.
I like turtles. I like spaceflight. I like just things in general.
So I just think it's awesome and we should be doing it anyway. So
okay.
space is an abundant cache of resources we could use.
Okay.
Like, you know, we could mine asteroids, get a bunch of, you know, fuel and all that kind of stuff from space.
Yeah.
Like, helium is really rare on Earth because we've been selling a lot of it in balloons.
I was saying, but don't we have a bunch of it for balloons and to make our voices sound like Oompa Loompas?
But helium's kind of cool because it doesn't really react with anything. Like, it doesn't form any bonds. There's no helium-containing compounds, really. I'm sure there's some weird exception, but
yeah.
And if we had fans, they'd probably point out, oh, it's this, but whatever. Helium, for the most part, doesn't react with anything.
Really?
So it makes it like a really good, like, you know, kind of like insulator or like conductor for things. You just kind of like put it in areas where you don't want things to pass through.
Side note, have you ever had a helium-infused beer before? Is that something that Platform will ever do? I saw it the other day online, and I'm like, I know you're going to go off into space, but I wanted to grab you before we go off into that. I saw it the other day, and I'm like, oh, that's kind of a cool concept, because I know you do nitro stouts and stuff like that, but like, yeah, I was curious as to whether or not you guys would ever do like a helium. Is that even worth the time? It didn't seem like...
I have no idea.
Yeah.
So what's kind of cool about nitro and beers is they give it like a really fun, like, full-bodied feel.
They do.
Yeah,
Left Hand makes great nitro stouts.
So the downside of nitrogen is it like falls out of solution pretty easily. So that's why Guinness has a little thing in it.
Okay.
Because it could blow out the sides of the bottles if they didn't.
That's good to know. I had no idea.
So don't ever get a nitro beer in a growler.
Really?
It could
okay.
fall out and blow out the side.
Oh, man.
Yeah. But how where the nitro beers came from, more on this tangent still.
Yeah.
You know, air is mostly nitrogen.
Is it?
And so, so...
I didn't know.
Really?
I don't know these things. Okay. I don't know science. We've been over this.
Yeah, so, like, you know, they used to just condense air and pour a beer on it to give it the mouthfeel. Yeah, whatever. So the downside is there's a lot of oxygen in air. I guess that kind of keeps everyone alive and is important for all kinds of life. But it makes beer taste like shit real quick.
Okay.
So if you do that to a beer, it's not good after a day. So they made these like really expensive. It filters out the oxygen and compresses the nitrogen to give it a longer time.
Okay.
Yeah. So
gotcha.
They're like, hey, this is a good idea. It tastes good.
It tastes fan. I love Left Hand. Like they make some good shit. So does Platform. I had some of the Pilsners the other day again. I'm like, I still like I know I discussed not liking like IPAs and pale stuff, and that's like my one exception.
That's not an IPA though. It's not super bitter.
Yeah, I feel like it hits that fine line of like it could be if it was just a little bit more hops.
So where do you put the hops in matters for how are we talking about?
Anyways, yeah.
When you put the hops in matters for so if you put hops in earlier during the boil, there's like later flavor and aroma, and all of those. Most of the hops in Pilsner are in like when we're actually whirlpooling, so when we're getting ready to knock it out.
Okay.
So like almost none of that bitters. It's all just for that like
all the taste and whatnot. Cool.
Taste. Yeah.
That's good. That's good to know. See, I'm learning. I love learning. Back to spaceflight. I'm sorry, I put you off on a tangent. I have questions. I always have questions.
That's good. That's good. And then I guess the other fact is that the planet will eventually die and the sun will eventually explode. So
I want to go back to helium.
If we go to space, we don't have to die when that happens.
Oh, that's good. That's good. Yeah. I don't want to die. No.
So like maybe we should go to space.
Okay. Maybe. Just maybe. We don't all want to die. We're not all nihilists like myself, and I just feel like it's a good idea. Well, where do we go next then? Mars?
Start at Mars and then we'll go.
I mean, that is a robot colony right now, so we send an
SUV to the next planet. We're pretty good.
Just hanging out. He's drawing penises on Mars and just being himself, and then just good on him. Good on him. That's fine.
Yeah. Basically, we just found gravity waves, which is pretty cool. We saw like kind of gravity waves. Still a long way off, but if we ever learn how to control gravity.
What are gravity waves?
It's just kind of
I know what gravity is because we use it every day. But what are like? There are waves of like levels of gravity? Is that what you're talking about?
No idea what causes gravity. Like things just pull on other things very weakly, and they're not sure why. And so when they actually saw two black holes crashing into each other.
Ooh, that sounds metal.
It was pretty metal. Yeah, like they shot a laser, split it into two, and observed it, and then shot it back, and the two lasers were out of sync with each other. So it's like the gravity waves interrupted it, and so we're trying to find the unit of gravity. If we ever find the unit of gravity, we can make engines that turn it off. Okay. And then so right now the biggest constraint with spaceflight is carrying weight up off of Earth, going through the atmosphere and against the gravity. It's It's a lot of energy needed.
Okay.
And so when you like go to space, like 90% of your weight is the fuel because you need to actually like have the fuel to lift you up.
Okay.
So maybe that can make that cheap and affordable. If we learn more about that.
Okay. Are isn't there like people that are already doing like private space stuff
there's
that's
also
going on right now?
SpaceX. There's not just NASA. Like SpaceX actually is like a private company. They're
Okay.
like technology-wise kind of far behind NASA because they don't have the resources. But
Yeah.
for with what they have, they're doing a lot, and it's pretty cool.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good. Because I think space is fun. I mean, I've seen The Martian.
Yeah.
So I feel like that's pretty accurate because Matt Damon would never lie to me as a person.
So the thing that's the most inaccurate about The Martian is Marsha.
Marsha.
Mars doesn't have an atmosphere really. It doesn't have much of one. So that storm that like ripped everything over.
Oh.
Like, that could never happen. 'cause
So
there's
from the
not enough
get-go,
air.
it's all bullshit?
Yeah. But everything else is pretty spot on, except for the driving event that makes the events of the movie happen.
That's true. And they have to have plot for some reason. Although that's still going cool. Now I lost my train of thought because I thought my laptop just died on me. Keep talking. I'm good.
Yeah.
I'm good.
So and there's a lot of cool there. We can find Mars, go to other planets, mine their resources.
Yeah.
Oh, I brought up the helium thing because the moon's mostly helium.
Is it?
Yeah, we
I thought
don't
it was
have- we
mostly
don't-
cheese.
No, that's only the backside. That's the dark side.
Oh, good.
Yeah. So like, there's not a lot of helium on Earth, but the moon is a giant ball of it, really.
So we can go to the moon and fill up all of our balloons and then come back.
Exactly.
I like balloons, man. They're just a fun, harmless thing. Unless you're allergic to latex. That's when they're not fun.
Yeah.
And that's when they're a little dangerous. So, I mean, but those people, like, we can nix them, right? We don't have
I don't think
to.
latex allergies are even that bad. You just kind of get a rash. So
It's good to
wear
point them
gloves.
out, though.
But not latex gloves.
Yeah, not latex gloves. Yeah, exactly.
So as far as tax dollars go, like I said, there is SpaceX private sector, but NASA's only 1 penny on the tax dollar. So like,
Okay.
Neil deGrasse Tyson always brings this up, but if you like pulled $1 out and cut off NASA's budget, you wouldn't even make it to the ink. Like,
Really?
That's how little of our resources we're using.
Okay.
On all of these cool things. So like,
Yeah.
less than a penny on the tax dollar gives us the SUVs that we shoot to Mars, the satellites that we like fly around, the space station and maintenance, all that stuff.
So imagine what an extra penny could do.
Yeah, exactly. I think that's where to stop paying corporate welfare and social welfare and
Yeah.
spend it on space.
I want to shoot more SUVs into
Yeah.
space. That sounds fun.
So, and then just some things that are in our normal lives now because of NASA. LEDs, that's only because of NASA.
Okay.
Those infrared ear thermometers.
Ooh, those are nice.
Artificial limbs, so... I mean,
Cool.
If you're missing a limb and have an artificial limb.
I am not, but maybe
Thank-
one day.
thank
Maybe
NASA,
one day
yeah.
I will. I wouldn't
So-
be surprised.
A ventricular assist device. It's a pump that you can keep your blood flowing while you're waiting for a heart transplant after yours has failed.
Oh, that's cool.
Anti-icing for planes, anti-slip surfaces. The tires we have in our cars now that last like tens of thousands of miles more than old ones did. Moisture, pH, and other chemical sensors. Visual image stabilization, so like GoPro footage and stuff. Like
Okay. Nice.
And then
Shit.
like fire-resistant materials and fireman equipment.
Okay.
And then this used to be more of a third world problem, but water purification. But because of what's happening in Flint, Michigan,
Yep.
I guess it's an American thing too.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Oh boy, is that a shit show over there.
So yeah, people always bitch, oh, why are we spending the money up there instead of down here? I'm like, well, we're not spending that much up there, and the stuff we spend up there like lets you text because it's hitting our satellites.
Yeah, so
you
be
care
happy.
about that. That's where you want the money to
Yeah.
go.
When I want to send cool text to like ladies, like if that satellite's not out there, it's not going nowhere.
No.
I can't do that. How
You're
am I
not
supposed
getting
to
swiped right?
Yeah,
Is
how
that
am
the
I
way-
supposed to smooch on women if there's no satellites? Yeah, I'm getting swiped right once in a while. It's they're mostly just bots, but they're still fun to talk to. They want my money, but at
Hey,
the end
check
of
out
the
my awesome cam website.
exactly.
I
Hey,
don't know, actually.
you're really handsome. LOLs. Here's the link. I'm like, cool. You seem like a nice lady. You take home to my mother. It'd be so
Take the
fantastic.
bot home to your mother.
There you go. Hey, it'd be they're easy to talk to and easy to recharge. Probably don't need food, so it's fine. I don't see it to be a problem. Isn't that one cell phone guy like doing space stuff too? Isn't that more like kind of like
he's the SpaceX.
Oh, that's the SpaceX guy. Okay, I thought it was two different companies. That's my bad.
The Virgin Mobile guy.
That's what it was.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Elon Musk is the SpaceX guy.
Okay.
I think
Maybe. I thought he was the car guy.
he does both.
Oh, whoa. He has a lot of time in
And
his
then the
hands.
Virgin Mobile guy is like that blonde guy.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. And I think those
I
are
think
more like
that's
commercial
more just
flights.
to do it to make money. Like,
Okay, that's fine. I mean, him and didn't like Red Bull do that recently too, where they were
Red
kind of
Bull
up
just
past the
sponsors
atmosphere.
Crazy. Yeah, the guy jumped out of the balloon or something.
Yeah.
I remember seeing the GoPro.
That's
footage
cool.
of that.
That was pretty neato. I enjoyed it. So we should get farther in space. I'm in.
I don't want to go, but people should.
No, I don't think I'd be able to survive. I feel like I would go crazy up there. I feel like I would hurt people.
Oh yeah.
I would just go nuts.
I feel like
I know.
in my car on the way over here, I've been in a confined space for 2
Yeah,
months.
I don't do road trips at all. Like I don't like doing that kind of stuff. And when I'm in those situations, I want to kill everyone around me. And being in space like that, and not being able to go home, and that seems like a problem.
Yeah,
seems like a real fucking problem. But space is really cool, and I want to get more cool satellites for more text messages because texting is fun.
I'll go to space when we get like the big spaceships like from Mass Effect, where like it's literally the size of a building, and you can
That works. That works for me. As long as it's got some walking room. Has a ping pong table maybe something nice, something for the kids.
Something for the
that's that's when I wanna go up there. I'm sure it won't happen.
No.
I'm sure I'll be dead by then.
Oh yeah.
Good.
We'll all be dead by then. I
Good.
think we're fucked.
Good. That's fine. Nah, we'll be dead. Who cares? We're dead at that point. My children, or whatever happens, my robot kids will have to just survive in the wasteland.
My Haley Joe Osmond.
Yeah, exactly. My AI, which is a really good segue actually.
All right.
Because my like for this week is ARG games.
I don't know what that is.
Okay, so ARG is see, I just said it kind of like an ATM machine. ARG is alternate reality games or alternative reality games.
So like, is this like an Oculus Rift thing? Or?
No, it's they're games. They're like meta games in our real world that have to do with something. Have to do like a video game or a movie.
Oh, okay, I'm gonna take another swing. I think I'm gonna be wrong. Is this like the game thing where if you talk about the game,
No,
you're losing?
No. It's so for example, as you brought in AI, which I thank you for because that was the best segue we've ever fucking had on this show. So AI, the movie, did this thing where in one of the trailers they had a person's name that was just a little brighter than everyone else's. So what people did was they took that name and they had Google and they started Googling that name. That name opened up a whole chest of clues and hidden things about what happens in the movie behind the scenes and all this stuff. And it's basically ARG is like a treasure hunt within the real world to get more information about a game or to advance something.
Or a movie? Yeah, okay.
So they did this for AI. They you learned more about the characters and you learned more about the society that happened after the movie and stuff like that. They do this for a lot of video games mostly. They do one of the bigger ones was, have you ever heard of like I Like Bees?
No.
Okay, so this is a Halo thing. What they did was in a Halo commercial, at the end of it, they had the Xbox.com. It's like a very small font. All of a sudden it glitched and it just said ILikeBees.com. It went right back to the Xbox thing.
Yeah.
So I Like Bees was a fake website that was set up that was quote unquote hacked by like an AI system and had people do these treasure hunts to unlock stuff for the new Halo game, to a point where people were going all over the US to answer payphones at the right time and they had to decode they had to get different people who had to know like audio engineering and had to know like sound, how to decrypt sound wave files, and had to know all this like hacking stuff in order to figure out what payphone, what time of day. In order to pick up these payphones, you had to give them a secret code word that would unlock the next phase of the system. And then at the end, basically the end is just one, to promote it, and two, to like, they usually let people see stuff earlier. So they had.
It's a shame then that the most recent Halo game was such a disappointment.
I know. I just finished that the other day. It was real. I was telling Jason, I'm like, oh man, like I beat this game and I still don't know what happened. I'm like, I thought I paid attention.
And you guys should have beat that game together, because the best part about Halo was couch co-op.
Exactly. And they did that. This doesn't fucking exist. Yeah. But yeah, so like I really like the aspect of like this community coming together and like deciphering things. And even like with the phone thing, they had people that if they couldn't get a location, or they had the location, they couldn't get someone there, they would pay employees that worked by there to go and answer the phone for them. They had people like who worked at Pizza Hut, and they'd be like, hey, like, can you, like, there's a payphone on the street, can you please do this for us? Like, we'll pay you like $20-$30. And someone actually, it was down when in Florida when I think like some kind of hurricane was happening, and they had one of the phone calls at that point. Someone went through the hurricane to get this fucking phone. And even like in the other line, it wasn't like a robot, it was an actual person that they paid to be an actor that had to them do stuff. They were like, hey, like, thank you for picking up this phone. You need to leave now. Like, we'll just give you the code. Like, usually, like, they would make them, like, do a dance, sing a song. Yeah. They would have them go get something because they had someone around that would, like, watch them do stuff, too. So they have them, like, go buy a product somewhere and, like, go show it to the phone or whatever. Yeah. It's such a cool concept to get promotion.
Now get killed in a hurricane.
Yeah, exactly. I feel like it's such like a cool aspect. Even like Nine Inch Nails did that too, where it's just like, I really like scavenger hunts. I think like that's like a thing that I always like to do, and like just like them like having these numbers decoded like on a tour T-shirt, and like that went to like a show, and you had to find a number in the bathroom stall, and then you had to like then someone found a flash drive with an unreleased song, which was a huge controversy, by the way. You had to pull the book in the library.
Exactly.
And the shelf opened up,
and you went down the spiral staircase in the cat's butler.
Exactly. That's exciting. I don't like to do that in video games. I feel like that's annoying and constrictive, and I don't like that.
Just
in real life,
let me go do the game. Man.
Exactly. In real life, I like this aspect. But yeah, also like, so the one point of this Nine Inch Nails thing that we're doing, which is like this alien album game thing, and they had unreleased songs in this flash drive, and you had to decode these songs. Like only one person had the flash drive, and they were uploading it so people could help try to decipher and figure out what's going on. And then they got a call from, I think it's the DMCA. I think that's who does all the music stuff. Yeah. Saying like that was like an illegal, and like Nine Inch Nails put that out. And so people were like doing like Kazaa and LimeWire and BearShare. I don't know if you remember those at all, but those existed. Kazaa was dope.
I've never heard of BearShare, and I think I've heard of LimeWire.
Okay, yeah, because that was probably the most famous at that point. But yeah, I like just this
Mephisto,
community.
Was that one?
Mephisto?
Mephisto,
wasn't that like a Diablo 2 character?
You're right.
Wasn't that like the devil?
Wasn't
that like the end boss of Diablo 2? But yeah, no, I like the aspect of a community coming together and trying to solve a puzzle, and it just unlocks things. They did it for Cloverfield. I'm sure they're going to do it for the new Cloverfield movie too, that's coming out soon. One of the newest ones is like a Binding of Isaac one, and they had to like go through like Bible passages and like decipher codes through that, and they had to like go and like find something in a field somewhere because that was a GPS location to something else. It's a cool thing. I don't want to do it. I just want to read about it though, because I'm a little bit lazy in that aspect.
In that aspect?
Yeah, well, most aspects of my facet life. What I do is just record and sit down most of the time. But yeah, no, I find them very fascinating, and I feel like they could work really well to show your fandom and show, you know, what hard work can do. Because normally, like, once again, like I said earlier, like you to see like Cloverfield, like when they did the whole thing correctly, and they could fail and they totally nix it, and they got to see the movie early. Like a select group of people got to see the movie early, which was cool. But also I like that the fact that you can, the first part is to know that you're in a game, and like that is just above and beyond a lot of people from the get-go. Mm-hmm. Like they don't understand like it's like that it's happening, because with a trailer or whatever, it just happens in everyone's life, and like you watch a trailer, you don't think about anything. I thought it was just a glitch in the system that just said I like bees. Like I don't know. It's yeah. I don't have you. I'm assuming since I had to tell you what they were, you have not participated in any of these kind of thing, which is fine.
There was kind of one with PT. It got canceled, but I think it was supposed to be the next Silent Hill game.
Yeah.
And like it was crazy. Like, it was pretty cool, but there were some things I would have never figured out without looking up. But like, you know, you actually had to go into the configuration settings and like adjust stuff, and that's where you found like an item in game and
exactly
stuff like that. And then you had to like put on the headset, which I never would have thought to, and like answer a phone and talk. Like, it was pretty cool. And then it the letdown was that you do all this cool stuff, and it turns out to be a trailer for Silent Hill 5.
Yeah.
And then they canceled that anyway.
Yeah, so like that really didn't work at the end of the day.
That's the closest I've come to one of these
Yeah,
things.
I like them, but yeah, once again, like that stuff is like way over my head. The knowledge and expertise that one needs to be able to pull these off is crazy, and I don't have that. Unless it's editing a video, I don't know how I'm going to be able to participate in an ARG type of event.
Yeah.
But I like them, and I feel like there should be more. And I feel like when they're done right, people remember them for years, and like that's a great way to promote your film, your album, everything like that. I wish I was smart enough to do an ARG for like my next album. Maybe I will. It'll probably be really easy. Like just go to this website. It'll be super easy.
Go to this website, and then it'll unlock when you do a Sudoku block.
Exactly. And then they're all just ones. It's really weird. That's the trick. It's not a real Sudoku at the end of the day. But yeah, so I really I was reading about those the other day, and I'm like, I kind of want to talk about them for a little bit, and because no one else really talks about these anymore. So yeah, that's my like.
I like it.
Good. I like it. I like you. I'm glad that we are back doing this. This is fantastic. I guess this is going to be the end for now.
Oh, this is good. I'm going to probably go buy some Taco Bell.
Sounds good. I'm going to go clean and maybe go... I'm taking my father to go see Deadpool today. Yeah. So do you have any plugs or anything you'd like to...
Deadpool was okay.
Deadpool was okay?
I like it.
You enjoyed it.
Yeah. I would go to the movie and see it again.
Yeah.
So
I'm hoping that the second time, much like how Star Wars was for me, I feel like the second time was always a little better because I'm more relaxed. I know what's going to happen, so I'm kind of just like looking for...
enjoying it.
Yeah, I'm just kind of just accepting for what it is, and I feel like it lived up to the hype. I feel like it deserved...
Yeah, I didn't even hear that much hype about it, which I think is why I liked it as much as I did.
Yeah,
but
it slayed. It got like 160.
But I think it had like a terrible budget, which is why there's really only two major set pieces, like the freeway and then the finale.
Exactly. And
hopefully they make a sequel with that much love and compassion, and now the backstory's out of the way, and you can just have more fun with it.
I also feel like it's a really good... I was talking to one of my friends, Joe, the other day about that we felt like... superhero movies are getting like really, really out of hand, and they're getting very cookie cutter.
Oh yeah, my God, it's so bad.
And I feel like this Deadpool movie is really revitalizing the superhero genre in a way that now we can make rated R superhero movies that are good, and people want to see them.
To a certain extent, the parts I didn't like about Deadpool were because
they weren't
they were allowed to take a risk, but no, you can't get away from these elements. He's got to be really obsessed with this girl, and this is a big... And
exactly.
So now he looks like this, and he doesn't want the girl to see him looking like this. So now he's got to find the bad guy to fix his fate. Like that was what I didn't like. I guess that's his story in the comics, so you can't change that. But they harped on it a little too much. But like, Deadpool being Deadpool was a lot of fun. Like it was a good time. You'll go,
exactly.
Like, I'm enjoying what's happening.
Yeah.
I even laughed out loud a few times, which I don't usually do in a movie theater.
Yeah. I just feel like it was just a good take on it. I feel like if they had more money, they could have, like, it was clear where they were taking money out of, like a certain scene. I don't want to give anything away because they're all pretty crucial because everything happens so quickly in that. And I feel like a lot of his fourth wall breaks were only because of the fact that they were losing money at certain parts and they couldn't show a lot. So we had to,
some truth to that.
Yeah. So, it was good, but I'm going to take him to that today. I think he's going to enjoy it. And, yeah, so go see Deadpool, and plugs for me, I guess. I have a show coming up March 12th at the Grog Shop. I'm open up for MC Chris. He does stuff for Adult Swim. I don't know if you've ever heard of Adult Swim.
Somebody hold me. Somebody console me. Somebody pull me up a pot of pierogies.
That's
my
right.
favorite line of anything he's ever done.
Oh, it's so good. So yeah, he did stuff for Aqua Teen and C-Lab and whatnot, and he just does his rap thing. So I'm going to be opening up for him and my good friends 2D6 as well. And that's going to be on the 12th. And... I don't know. I don't know what else I got going on right now. Listen to this podcast. Keep doing that.
Yeah.
Follow me on all the Instagram, social medias at Mayor Wertz. I'm kind of figuring out my Twitch thing still. I just don't have time for it right now, to be honest. And I just want to play Unreal Tournament, so I'm probably just going to stream Unreal Tournament now. I was playing Undertale, and I was really enjoying it, and then I just kind of fell out because I got busy and stuff. But now I'm just going to play Unreal Tournament now. Yeah. So... you guys have a good day. This has been Plucking Petals with James and Kyle. I'm Kyle.
I'm not Kyle.
Have a good day.
As we go a little something like
This has been the Plucking Petals podcast with James McConnell and Kyle Wertz, produced by Patrick Stoops. Find us on Twitter at plucking_petals or email us at pluckingpetalspodcast@gmail.com.